We've seen the benefits of automation and digital transformation in all kinds of industries, but are fully digital freight brokers really the way of the future? I'm Emily Szink, the EVP of Content here at FreightWaves. Joining me to answer that question today is Eric Masotti. He's the Vice President of Logistics at TrailerBridge. Eric, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
Well, Eric, I would love to dive into an article you recently wrote on TrailerBridge.com about digital versus human freight brokers. For our audience, of course, give a little bit of background about this article, and I'm sure everyone is curious to know what you found out.
You got it. Yeah, the article talked about the human freight brokers versus the digital freight brokerage companies that have come out in our industry in the last 4 or 5 years. And I really think one of the confusing things is that technology is at play in both solutions. So both of them are providing clients with the state-of-the-art technology that's going to allow the companies to do and handle their freight most efficiently and effectively as possible. But we just believe instead of technology being the only source of solution for the client, that our approach where we have experts involved in the decisions, empowered to make the decisions, really provide the client with the best solution. When something goes wrong, there's someone there to call. I think we've all had an experience where we have a cable company or a TV provider and something goes out and there's no customer rep for us to call, and you get online and you wait. And it's not a great experience. And so finding a way to have someone for the customer to talk to, along with providing the efficient and effective technology solutions, we think is the best way.
We just touched on this a little bit. Going fully digital really just leads to efficiency at the cost of a human relationship. What are some of the risks of removing humans from this process entirely?
It really just comes down to when something goes wrong, do you want to be able to talk to a human to get the right solution? Or do you want to get on a phone or an email and wait for a response? And I mean, there's lots of things that are behind that where technology can be efficient and effective. But if your account manager or your salesperson or your rep isn't involved in the process from the origin creation or the load creation to the load delivery, when something goes wrong, they're not just going to all of a sudden be experts at what happened and where it went. And so even though we're using technology to help us do those things efficiently, that account rep and that person that handles the customer is involved throughout the process making those decisions.
You just gave a few examples of this, but why do you feel that people are so essential to successful 3PL transactions?
You know, at TrailerBridge for us, it really comes down to the company culture and empowering our employees. A lot of times, and this is some of the reason that the digital freight brokers have become in vogue here recently, is to devalue the employee, because employees bring risk. Employees bring risk that, hey, they can do something wrong, but they can also gain customer relationships and become so critical to the relationship that people feel that employees can be a threat. And so, you know, we turn that situation on the head, and we want employees to have great relationships with our customers, and we don't have non-competes, and we don't do all these things because we want those relationships to really be true, not just hey, how's it going, but to know when their birthdays and if they have children or they like sports teams. And so all those things are just really critical to making a great buying experience, because customers are buying with us.
No, that is completely right. And I love this next part. In your article, you mentioned that TrailerBridge uses technology to empower its employees, not replace them. This technology helps augment their performance so they could do better at their jobs. What does this look like inside the organization for you?
Yeah, the technology is at play on a variety of different levels, from making the carrier selection process smoother and easier. And we also have a gamification leadership boards that we've got multiple offices here domestically, U.S., also in the Caribbean, also in Latin America. And at all these locations, we've got leaderboards that will play walk-up music if something happens in one of the contests that we're running. But just showing employees where they stand, understanding the kind of performance that we're looking for, so they understand and we understand. We're trying to get to the same goal, and the goal is satisfying customers.
And gamification is so big in every industry, but especially ours. What are some things that companies should consider to ensure they have the proper balance of digitization and the human element?
You know, for us at TrailerBridge, we're transferring from multiple TMS systems to one. We have multiple service offerings from ocean, domestic truckload, brokerage, drayage. And we're putting that on one TMS to give employees more solutions right at their fingertips. We also, how we do business compared to some of our competitors. Some of our competitors really like to silo their operations. So they'll have one group of salespeople, one group of account managers, one group of operational staff. And for us, we have people that specialize at different tasks, but we put them in the same group. And putting them in the same group really allows that the incentive structure stays in alignment. Oftentimes, when they're separated, they're not really working for the customer so much as they're working for their department. And we want the staff members to work for the customer.
Definitely a great conversation, Eric, and I think this is a topic that's going to be continued to talk about throughout our industry. If you would like to see more content just like this, make sure you head to tv.freightwaves.com.